Now I want to tackle some overarching problems. Mirai is the biggest one. I'm going to compare him to Light because they are clearly placed in similar plot lines. Light Yagami is a great character because of his passion and his rules. He is passionate about creating a new world under Kira, and that pushes the plot forward. His rules also make him an interesting character and chess piece. When moving the story forward, the author had to find a way for Light to get from point A to point B while staying within his rules, and this made the story exciting. Mirai, on the other hand, is not passionate, and his rules aren't great. First of all, two of his beliefs and motivations are unrelated and almost contradictory. So first, he just wants normal happiness. This means he doesn't want to win or die. But second, he doesn't want Kanade to win. If his main drive is normal happiness, then how does Kanade relate to that? If Mirai stays in hiding, he can find his purpose. Kanade will only stop that from happening if Mirai makes his presence known. Is Mirai some kind of upholder of justice? No, because if he was, he would definitely want to win in order to make the world a better place. In chapter 2, he defines normal happiness as a sleeping place, food, school, work, a wife, and a family. There's nothing there about justice, so why does he care if Kanade wins? Personally, I think this was just added to move the plot forward, otherwise Mirai wouldn't do anything. So, as I've stated multiple times, Mirai is a protagonist that struggles to move the plot forward. Then there's his rules. His only rule is that he won't kill. This is similar to Light and the Eyes because both of them are refusing their strongest weapon, but it just isn't as effective in PE. The first reason is its narrative function. Light wants to kill all criminals or anyone who gets in his way, but by not using his trump card, he makes it harder on himself. If Mirai wanted to win but didn't want to kill anyone, the situation would be similar because killing all candidates would be the fastest way to succeed, just like using the Eyes would be for Light. But that's not how Mirai is. He doesn't even want to win, so the white arrow isn't that valuable in the plot. He wants to stop Metro, but he doesn't really want to fight, as we'll see later. So once again, the white arrow isn't really a trump card for a character with his goals. Another comparison between the protagonists is their personalities. In DN, the authors weren't afraid to write a character who was villainous. He had a strong but self-centered sense of justice and was passionate about it. Mirai starts off as a blank slate character, but as the story goes on, he has a basic sense of morality, like killing is wrong, and is actually somewhat passionate about this. My issue is how wimpy Mirai is. If he thought killing was wrong and went out of his way to use his powers to ensure that no one ever killed again, maybe even by becoming God, his passion would be on the level of Light's. But instead, we get a character who just personally doesn't want to kill anyone. Vash the Stampede from Trigun is a good example of passionate pacifism done right, though it's not exactly the same. He isn't passionate about those around him not killing, and that's another trait that separates the two. Light will take his values and beliefs to the extreme, while Mirai only acts when it's convenient to the plot. That's why DN was able to take a seemingly heroic character and turn him into a villain. That's why it was able to make an engaging, interesting, and lovable character. As I've been constantly saying, Kanade would have made for a strong protagonist. He has a goal and strong beliefs. In chapter 7, he told his friend that if he could be granted a wish, he'd need to think about the whole world. But he wouldn't have been on Light's level because he seemingly has no limits. There's nothing that he won't do. He has no code. Here are a couple more things that Death Note did better. It had the thematic question of what is justice, with Light and L representing two different answers. The two rivals also worked as amazing foils. PE has no question or foils. Death Note had a good supporting cast with more characters working like chess pieces. Saki is as boring as Mirai and Nanato is okay. And finally, the ethical question, which I've mentioned before. In the first 3 volumes, these are my primary issues, and the list will only get longer. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.